Gave me a hell of a segue because DeSantis, Newsom's going after him relentlessly. He finally responded. This is just yesterday. Take a look.
You know, it's interesting. He's got huge problems in his state. I mean, like, huge problems in his state. We all know that. I mean, you see it in San Francisco. You see it in L.A. You see it in the people fleeing. California, from its inception, gained population every single year until he became governor. I mean, California was probably the height of opportunity for middle-class Americans for many, many decades in this country. No one would leave there. You know, you would go. People were drawn to there. And yet, he's the first governor that's overseen a massive exodus out of California. And, you know, you can kind of understand if somebody comes from Minnesota and moves to Naples, better winters, all this stuff. But if you're leaving, like, Southern California to move to, like, Jacksonville, which is a great place, you're not doing it because of the weather, because they probably have the best weather in the country. You're doing it because the place is so mismanaged and ill-governed that you just can't take it anymore. And yet with all those problems, he has a real serious fixation on the state of Florida. I mean, I think it's just bizarre that he does that. But what I would tell him is, you know what? Stop pussyfooting around. Are you going to throw your hat in the ring and challenge Joe? Are you going to get in and do it, or are you just going to sit on the sidelines and chirp? So why don't you throw your hat in the ring, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what's happening. So,
Miriam, one of the things I say on the show all the time is when you're telling the truth, your body language, everything about the way you speak, you don't have to scream, you don't have to genuflect and throw papers around and everything else. And I think something good is happening with DeSantis right now, where he's coming into it, and everything he said there was true, which is why his demeanor was so calm. Versus the Gavin thing, it's very, like, I gotta tell you this thing. I guess he's kind of goating him into running.
Well, we'll see if Gavin actually, because Gavin, I think, would prefer to just get DeSantis in on some sort of stage together before he'll ever admit what he's actually doing politically. And, DeSantis's answer was absolute perfection there. I love that he's just kind of blowing him off and saying, put up or shut up. Everybody knows what you're doing, so just admit it and stop obsessing with me. I'm just not that into you. I loved it. Loved it.
Amy, last word on Gavin and the governor, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah, he's slimy. He's gross. I'd love to see those two in a debate. I would grab my popcorn and love every bit of DeSantis wiping the floor with him.
I'm telling you, I said it on the show. I don't know how the Democrats are going to do it, but if DeSantis is the nominee, it's going to be Newsom. They will not put Biden on that stage with him.
Oh, my God.
And they will gladly get rid of the first black female VP to put him up there. And I don't know what trickery they have to do it, but if it's Trump, I think it will be Biden as long as he's alive, because it's, the juxtaposition isn't so far off. But I just don't think Biden and him on the same stage that it wouldn't be obvious to everyone. Let's put it that way.